ASMR. I hope it works well. And this time I'm going to do a sketch, a realistic sketch, because I want to practice realistic style too, and also want to practice light and shadows. For that, this is great, but pencils are something I usually don't use at all, because I prefer to use it much more. I usually sketch with mechanical pencil. I love mechanical pencils totally. I always use that. This time I want to try to practice light and shadows, and also a realistic style, or at least a bit more realistic style than I usually do. So I think this is falling. So I'm going to use it, combine it with this. My plan is to use both the same, but I feel so much comfortable with this, so I don't know what will happen at the end, but I'm going to try to use both. I actually love doing anime style or cartoon style much more than realistic, although recently I feel very comfortable mixing both. For example, realistic and cartoon, or realistic anime, which is similar actually. I love this is falling again and again. What happened today? This is falling while I am talking. I love the color of the pencil. It's super pretty. It's like a pastel tone. I love the color. Maybe I don't use it so much, but the color is awesome. Yes, it's actually falling. I love mechanical pencils much more because it's easy to do details with it, but I'm going to try to use it rightly too. The color of the pencil is super adorable. I love it so. Well, I'm going to do a realistic sketch, and maybe I add some contrast with some colored pencil, because I want to practice realistic style too. It's something very interesting. Realistic style, and also the study of the lights and shadows are very important, super important actually, to improve drawing and coloring in any style. So I like the sound. Well, actually these pencils are great for that. For satisfying sounds. I'm using a reference to do it. I searched on my phone what reference to use, and I chose that because I love the contrast between the girl and the fishes and the colors. Maybe I put the fishes in a yellow color. Because of that I mentioned it, the contrast. For that I'm using now paper, which is special for pencils and colored pencils, but special for pencils like that without color. And I think it's of Clairefontaine brand. I don't paper I haven't used, even though I have this paper since a long time ago. It's time to use it again. As I said, I don't use so much this kind of pencils, but I want to do it more. So let's go. I usually like to sketch with blue color or orange color or some color which is softer than it, because then it's easier to use the eraser without let the paper so dirty. But I'm taking it as a challenge, so let's believe on the process. And let's believe on me too. Gotta say, I have the bad habit of not doing the structure, a base I mean. So I'm not so good at doing the base, because I usually do the details before the face. So I'm a bit nervous of the result. I don't like to do the face on anyway. I'm sketching with mechanical pencil. I realize I did right now. Remember that it's my second video, so I'm still so nervous doing that. I'm even a bit rude something for being ASMR. At least using tools, right? It's something I think. It has much more details than it looks. So now I'm going to do the details and the shadows of the drawing, of the sketch I mean. And some more details, because I didn't detail it a lot. Yes, the basics. listened some sounds apart of what I'm doing with the snowflakes and the drum. It's because there are people being noisy in the bakery on the bottom. Yes, I live on the top. I live over a bakery. I didn't know that the graphite could spread like that on the paper, just putting my hand on the paper. It's I think a bit frustrating when you don't know it and you suddenly make the paper thing so dirty in a second, especially when I use the eraser. But when you know it, you can take advantage of this. For example, creating effects with graphite on the paper using the finger, which is what I tried later after releasing it. In the reference I chose, the shirt of the girl is also yellow, but I decided to paint just the fishes to create a clear contrast between the girl and the fishes. I think it's cool. For the fishes, I'm going to use different tones of yellow and also a bit orange and a bit brown. I don't like this part of the page, of the paper, this page, this face of the paper, I don't like at all to work with pencils, mechanical pencils, colored pencils, and nothing. I don't know if the texture of this face is which is doing that effect of the graphite spreading. I don't know. Maybe I will try the other face of this paper to know how it works, right? Well, maybe it was not the best idea to try a new paper for the first time in this video. I usually have tested a lot, or at least enough. This at least I'm going to use, but for the videos I like to do a bit of challenge, a kind of challenge, and these things happens. And then I find these kind of things and I become a bit frustrated. But it's something I have to know that can happen, and if I wanted to avoid it, I have to use just what I know. But I love challenges so much. And I love to challenge me again and again. And I don't know why, when I'm in front of the camera, even though I become so nervous, I enjoy a lot taking new challenges even more. So it's a bit conflict. I don't know. I like to complicate my work or something. I don't know. I think I draw much better realistic animals than human animals. Other animals, non-human animals, much better than humans. But anyway, I think I have improved. haven't worked the fishes so much. But well, I wanted it to be a bit breath drawing too. Especially because it's my second video of the channel. And at the beginning everything become more complicated, you know. Usually much complicated. Usually more complicated than you expect. So I wanted to make it a bit easier. I'm going to cheat a bit this kind of a challenge because I'm going to use this to do the line art of the fishes, because I don't like how they look just with a mechanical pencil nor the colored pencil, so I'm going to try how they look with that. I think it needs a bit more of color in the fishes, more contrast between the colors on the fishes, between the tones. Because they look a bit plain, right? Now yes, I'm going to do some shiny effects with this gel pen. A white gel pen. I love this brand. This gel pen doesn't work right at all in this this is how it looks. I became super curious about how the other side of the paper will work with colored pencils too, so I did another sketch on the other side after finishing the last one. And I felt like the paper, even though the texture is more like my taste than the other side, the paper worked similar with colored pencils, although I didn't try a common pencil because the experience was a bit frustrating on the other side. And anyway, the colored pencils seem to work similar in both phases of the paper, so the same with the ink. My thoughts about this is the same, basically. It's not as bad, but also not as good as it could be, and this is the sense I usually have with this brand, which is Clairefontaine. With its papers, at least, it's always not as bad, but always not as good, and definitely never enough. So this was the video, and this is the result of the both drawings. I didn't take the video of the process of the second one, but you can see how it looks here. Remember that I have social networks. I have Instagram,